Hello, this is David Valade with Alta Vista Technology. We are a value-added reseller with over a decade of experience on multiple Microsoft Dynamics solutions. Today, I'll be covering just a few of the benefits within Microsoft Dynamics CustomerSource. CustomerSource has changed quite a bit over the years, so we'll be focusing on how to best leverage it today in order to get the most out of your investment. This video isn't meant to cover everything you might find in CustomerSource, but I hope it gives you an overview of what you can find. First, we'll talk about how to find CustomerSource and how to log in. The URL to find CustomerSource isn't obvious. As of this recording, the URL for most of this audience is mbs.microsoft.com/customersource/North America. That's hardly a catchy site to memorize, so most people will search for CustomerSource, all one word, in any search engine. So if you want, you can do what Microsoft recommends and you can Google it on Bing. Once you find the CustomerSource main page, you'll see a subtle link to log into the site if you haven't logged in previously. If your organization is current in your annual maintenance, then you are entitled to all the content in CustomerSource. When you first purchased your solution, your partner entered an email address of an administrator within your organization. That administrator has access to all the content in CustomerSource, but also has the ability to add other users from your organization to the site as well. It's not uncommon, however, as jobs change and individuals move around, for the credentials in CustomerSource to get out of date. So if you don't have access to CustomerSource, or if you aren't sure if you do, then by all means contact your partner. Your email address will be entered by your partner, and you'll receive a message straight from Microsoft that will step you through the process of creating a login link to CustomerSource. This might sound intimidating, but it really only takes a few minutes. And since CustomerSource content is something you're paying for within your maintenance, it's worth the time to get your access sorted out. After clicking the Welcome User link, we're brought to the Sign In section for customers and partners. Click that link for customers and partners and enter your credentials, and finally, we are on to CustomerSource. Okay, so now that we're here, what do we get? Let's highlight a few benefits. I'll start with support. As soon as I've logged in, I click the Search the KnowledgeBase link to get to this screen. Now, over the years, I've spent many hours in this section of CustomerSource. It's interesting, when CustomerSource first appeared, it was the only real resource for supporting your solution. If you had a technical support question, like suppose you stumbled into an error in your solution, then you could key in your error into the site and get a list of possible reasons for why you might have had the error in the first place and some potential fixes. At one time, this was how you supported yourself. Despite being a great resource, however, this was terribly underused because it was just too many steps to find things. So Microsoft must have noticed that users weren't using the knowledge base as much as it could be used. So they made a big change and decided to expose the knowledge base articles you'll find here to the internet at large. Many times you can search for something in a regular search engine and you'll find a knowledge base article that originated here in CustomerSource. Overall, that's a good thing because it's easier to find answers if you can just type in your questions online. It's still useful to search the knowledge base, however, because you can restrict your search to a certain solution or even a version if that's easier to find more relevant answers. So let's take an example. Suppose I have a support question. Pretend I searched the internet and I found nothing promising to help me out. Suppose I decided to take the extra step of logging into CustomerSource and I searched the knowledge base and I still came up empty. What would I do now? Well, we have a few options. I'll start with the option that's potentially expensive, the support case. Under the support section, you'll see links to create a technical support request. It's possible that your organization has an agreement in place with Microsoft as part of your annual maintenance to have a certain number of support cases available. If that's true, you can create a support case and Microsoft will assist you with your problem. If you don't have an open support case, however, you'll be prompted to enter a credit card and pay for a support case. It's a flat fee for a very narrowly defined scope. The benefit here is that you're getting Microsoft to help you directly, either by email or on the phone. But if your issue is wide-ranging or it actually involves multiple problems, then this might not be your best choice. But it's definitely an option. You might also consider going to your partner directly. After all, your partner should know you and your organization, and your partner should be someone who could support you. Your partner will also know if perhaps the issue you're struggling with is related to a customization or a third-party code that Microsoft might not be aware of. But if we assume you're determined to solve your support issue yourself, then there's a great alternative that's grown quite a bit over the last few years. That's the Dynamics community. Back here on the KnowledgeBase page, and actually on virtually every page of CustomerSource, you'll find links to the community. Let's head over there. This is the opening page for the Microsoft Dynamics community. I recommend bookmarking this page and visiting often. The address for this page is actually one you can remember. It's community.dynamics.com. Within the community, you can pick the solutions you are interested in so you can focus your attention on just certain products. The Dynamics community is just great. These are public forums where customers and partners can ask questions and get answers to support issues or even best practices. You can ask questions you might have here in the community and get answers for free. Yes, it's all free. Microsoft really encourages the community idea of the site, so if you happen to see a question asked here that you know the answer to, by all means share your answers. Other people are doing the same. This is a great resource that gets stronger every day as it's used more and more. I can't recommend this enough. If you really are supporting your solution, you could have posed a question on the community page and perhaps learned that not only was your issue something that was easily fixed, but you might have learned that a service pack or a hotfix was available that would solve your problems. So if that were true, how would you get those fixes? Well, that's actually one of the biggest uses of CustomerSource. Clicking on the service packs link shown here will take you to the download area. Any download related to a supported version of a product you own can be found here. This is the very same place that your partner will visit to get installation files as you will. So feel free to visit as you need it. You can find full product downloads for new releases as they come out, as well as tax updates, service packs, and hotfixes. And don't forget, the service packs have changed quite a bit over the years. They used to be roll-ups of fixes only, but now they contain new features usually. That means you don't have to wait for a new version entirely for your solution to get better. You can often get something in a service pack that will greatly enhance your product. It's not a bad strategy to do more frequent but smaller updates. So this was just a taste of the things you can find in CustomerSource. I hope you log in and you look around and you find some things that are useful to you and your organization. Our contact information is here if you have any questions as you go. Thank you all for your time and best of luck.